Alright, so here we go. As soon as you open up MyFitnessPal, it actually syncs with the website and everything is synced up automatically. You don't have to worry about that. The cool thing is that they've updated this app to the fact that you literally don't even have to go on the website anymore. And I know many people use it for a community and whatnot, but the people within our groups use this app just as a standalone, so there's no reason to go out to the website, and I found it kind of cumbersome to do that. And I'm so glad that they finally got everything together, and they can do it all in one app, and it's totally free. So it's super awesome. So when you open it up, you'll probably be at something similar like this, and if not, it'll be kind of like this whole thing. But the settings are in this little dealy bob up here, those three little lines. The cool thing about here, and the thing that I'm super excited about, is the goals. When you first initial start up MyFitnessPal app for the very first time, it kind of walks you through a process to figure out the algorithm of what is best suited for you. It's not perfect, and I honestly wouldn't I wouldn't go with that. I really wouldn't. There are different ways to do it, especially if you're within our group. We have specific tools for the specific programs that you are doing to be able to calculate exactly how many calories that you need, and it's pretty spot on actually. So I would still go through and kind of fill all that out so it doesn't bark at you and ask you. But the cool thing is that you can go in here now and actually change this number. So if this number needs to be higher, this number needs to be lower, you can actually change it now here within the app. And these next three numbers here are your macronutrient numbers, and some of you might have heard of it, some of you may have heard me talk about it, some of you may had me ask you, did you know what they were? And they were like, I have no idea. But that's what these are. They're carbs, proteins, and fat. That's what a macronutrient is. And they play a huge role in transforming your body. They can also play a huge role in weight loss, but they definitely play a huge role when you're trying to get the most out of muscle definition, ab reduction, and trying to just get way more definition. But they do also play a big part in your weight loss as well. So what we generally start out with is the 50-25-25 plan. 25? 25? 25. There we go. And that's what we call the fat shredder, and it works out really well because it's one of those it's one of those fast fat reducing kind of nutrition plans that helps out. It will maybe take its toll on you as far as people that are used to having more carbs in their system, which generally provide a little bit more energy throughout the day. But the cool thing about this is that it tells you right down here that you don't have 100% and that you need to have 100%. So it's kind of a foolproof way to go, boom, 100%, cool. And so you just want to click on that, hit save. We're good to go. Now your stuff's saved, and it's super awesome. There's additional advanced nutritional goals up here specifically for people that are watching their sodium and their sugar, as well as people that might have some medical conditions that they have to watch some of this other intake that they have in here. And it's really cool, and you can adjust that in there as well. When you go here to your home page, this allows you to quickly add to your diary. And I've got 1600 on here. That's not right. I would never be eating 1600 calories, but that's just what I put in there and just kept. But when you go to add a food in here, you get to choose. Yours are going to look different. Your meals are going to look different by default. They are something different. But I went into the website and actually manually changed this so I understood, and it made more sense to me what meal I was eating. So let's go ahead and put something in here for breakfast. You can simply click on the search food, and when you type in here, let's say you're looking for oatmeal, and you go for oatmeal and you just search, and now you have all these different types of oatmeals that you can do. What I love doing is using this little barcode scanner right down here and just scanning the barcode of whatever food that I'm eating. Then I know it's absolutely correct, and then I just have to adjust what servings or portions that I'm actually having and plug it in there. So they also have this recent tab up here. Like if you had a recent oatmeal or whatever, actually recent foods are going to be in here that you use just recently. Frequent meals or frequent foods that you use like all the time. Like I don't know how many times you need to use them before they put them in here, but eventually they go in here and it makes super quick access. It's really, really nice. Here's foods that might not have a bar scanner or barcode on it so you can scan it. Might not be in MyFitnessPal, it might be somewhere else, but you have all the nutritional facts to it and you just want to manually put it in here, and you know that it's one of those off things from an off market that you might never be able to put into MyFitnessPal, or nobody's going to put it into MyFitnessPal, and you're going to be the only one using it, so you can create a food that way. Meals, you can save after you've put your meals into different days. You can actually save these meals and name them, and I have them all saved. Like I have the FS, so they're Fat Shredder base dinner, Fat Shredder evening snack, lunch, AM snack, breakfast. So I have all of that stuff. I also have the beast when I'm beasting up, and normal breakfast, and all of that. So I have all that saved because I generally eat the same thing all the time, and you're going to want to eat the same thing for the most part all the time, especially if you're getting super serious about your nutrition and your weight loss or your body transformation. You generally eat the same thing all the time, and there's good and bad things to that, but it definitely is going to break the habit of wanting to grab food for reward's sake and for yummy, delicious sake. And you're doing this to make sure that your food is fuel rather than just grabbing food just to be grabbing food. So all my foods in here are all the same, so I just make complete meals out of it and save it so it's much quicker. And then recipes, like when I do put recipes together, it's a super big pain in the ass to go through and put every ingredient into it and then separate it out into what the portions are and blah, 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 whatever. So when I do that, I save it so I can have those meals again without being like inconvenience with having to not only make the meal but to also plug that into MyFitnessPal. So I just save those there, and it works out really, really well. And so let's just do that. Let's just put in base breakfast, and we'll save, and it puts in all those already. And so here you are. This is your diary, and it shows you, across the top here of what you're eating, what you have remaining. I never put in the exercise ever because it's not a good calculation of what's really going on unless you have an awesome heart rate monitor that gives you the exact calories and you want to specifically, really make every single calorie count. I would rather you have your macronutrients breakdown on target and go over your calories. You need to make sure that you're hitting 1,200 calories at least a day for whatever reason. There's some things, depending on what your size is and what your weight is, that will tell you to do 1,200 calories. I know MyFitnessPal sometimes tells people to do 1,200 calories quite a bit, and I'm not total agreement with that, but if you're going to do that, then you need to at least hit 1,200 calories and potentially go over, never go under. But the thing that you do want to do, make sure, is that you hit these macronutrient goals. And here they are again, carbs, fats, proteins, and just keep those balanced throughout the day. That's where planning ahead makes a huge, huge difference. If you go in here and wing it, these things will be a mess all day long, and then at the end of the day, you'll try to scramble to try to make sure that they're doing it, and you might not have enough calories to make sure that you're doing it, and then you end up going over 200, 300, 400 calories rather than 100. 50 calories, something like that, which is totally cool. But you want to make sure that you hit your macronutrients, and these are all set up and all good. But if you don't plan ahead, then you're scrambling at the end of the day, and you're going way over your calorie limit to make sure that those are met. So I mean, that's really it. That's kind of all I really use. The friends little thing, which is really really cool. They can you can friend people and have that extra accountability. You can simply just go in here to your diary settings, diary sharing, and either make that, I think it's private by default or friends only by default, but you can make that public, or if you have it on friends only, you make sure that you friend people and you can have that extra accountability where people can actually see what you're eating. You can actually kind of share different foods and stuff and get different ideas from people. So it's really, really cool on that. And again, like I said, that's basically all I use. I try to keep this as simple as possible because I know that you could go through here and fine tune and tweak and really, really dig into this whole app and start using, the progress and different things like that. But I just try to keep it simple, especially for people that are just starting their journey. It's hard enough to get moving on their journey, let alone bogging them down with a bunch of stuff that they have to do within an app. So I try to keep it as simple as possible, keep the foods as simple as possible, stay away from recipes and things like that. Just try to stick to very simple foods as their entire meals. So basically that's all I got for you. Thanks for watching.